Rob was a CNC nuclear policeman. He was working all over the country initially. He worked in all the power station all over the place really, and ended up back in Bridgewater in Hinckley, where I met him. He was very fit. He went to the gym a lot and what have you. And then on June the 2nd in 2023, Rob collapsed. He was in the garden, he collapsed, and he was having seizures, and they took him off to hospital at Musgrove, and they put him in an induced coma to find out what was going on. But they were amazing at Musgrove. They knew that evening. They couldn't confirm, but they knew he probably had a brain tumour, and they were right. He was taking different medication for his seizures and things, and which caused a massive problem with his liver, which meant and then he started having hallucinations, so he had to go into the hospice. And this was in January initially, and he went in for a week, and they were just incredibly good. And I remember one of the nurses saying, "We're going to get you the cuddle bed," and I'm like, "What's a cuddle bed?" And she said, "You know, you're like that. We've only got one at this moment," she said, and one of the patient's husbands raised the money for it. She said, "But you'll see what it is." And anyway, she brought it in, and then we claimed it then for the week, and it meant that I could sit with him and sleep with him, although he was big by then, and there wasn't a lot of room, but it was just nice. We could cuddle, we could watch TV, we could do everything. The night before he died, it was really hard, really, really hard. And there was a little nurse in there, Karen, and she just stayed with me all the time. She knew it was the end. And I laid with him, and his family turned up, and then for about 4 or 5 hours, and then I looked at him, and I could see something was different. He didn't do anything, you just know. And his family went out, and I laid on the bed with him and just talked to him, and then he just went. And then I rang the bell, and the nurse came straight in, and she said, "He's gone." And she said, "You lay with him as long as you want to." But they were just so respectful. It was the best place. We knew what was going to happen. It was the best place. And they knew what to do. They've dealt with it all before, but they were so humane in it, like the nurses cried, cuddled me. I just think to do that job takes one hell of a person, because nobody should have to go through this, but sadly, a lot of people do.